Hey there, everybody. I hope that you are having a terrific Saturday. I put a photo of this on Instagram yesterday, and I got lots of questions about it. This is a Grownup Girls Wish Book, and basically it is the same premise that we always used when when we were asked, what do you want for Christmas, right? And so we would take a catalog and we would circle things that we might want for Christmas, and then we would give the catalog back to our parents, and if we were super lucky or super good that year, we might get what we wished for. So I've had this idea for a while now, and I thought last night I was kind of cleaning up the office. I ran across some catalogs, and I thought, yeah, I'm gonna make myself a Grown-Up Girls Wish Book. I went through the catalogs and kind of circled some things and put them into my wish book. We are going in. Close your eyes. There you go. You can open your eyes now. I do a lot of reading. I'll do a lot of exploring. I do a lot of seeking as far as being able to ask and receive. We can look at ancient texts and modern writings that encourage us to think positively. In Matthew, in the Bible, it says, ask and it's given, seek and you'll find, knock and it'll be open to you. If you're into Abraham and Esther, which I am really into Abraham and Esther Hicks, then you already, his premise is that you already have everything you need. You can be, do, or have anything. As a daily practice, you have just developed resistance to it. If you're familiar with The Secret and those sort of things, Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, that kind of thing. It is really just a mental mindset. So when I was putting this together, when I was thinking about it, I started thinking about combining the metaphysical aspects of wishing with another abstract concept of asking. So these are just like intangible kind of things, right? But we think about wishing. We have Christmas wishes, birthday wishes, wish upon a star, and then that star kind of led me to the star that announced the birth of Christ child. So that whole wishing thing. So we can wish and wish, but if we don't appreciate like where we are at the moment, then all of our, our wishing, our, I don't want to say hoping, our wishing, our manifesting kind of, we're going to choke that off. We clog our pipes with like thoughts about disappointment or regret or sadness, so we really do pinch ourselves off from joy. Now, in creating this book, it's kind of been my mission to rediscover my joy. Not my family's joy, not my kids' joy, not my dog's joy, my joy. So a wish book to me it's a conduit to feeling better, physically and emotionally and spiritually. We're using a metaphysical experience of wishing, and then circling, and then cutting and pasting into our wish book. It really does shine a light on your own desires, all the while you're appreciating where you are and what you have and what you are. So we're experiencing a kind of imaginary acquisition of beautiful things, maybe experiences, things that we want to do, places that we want to go. So we're getting satisfaction of ownership in our Grown-Up Girls Wish Book without the debt. Okay, so we're not putting things in here and then purchasing them. We're putting things in here and then we metaphysically and vibrationally own the things that are in this book. Okay, so instead of pinching ourselves off from joy by commiserating that we don't have these beautiful things, yes, you do. They're in your book. they're yours. So there you have it. It's vibrationally spending money, you know. I hope this doesn't sound too woo-woo. Let me show you my book. I started my book with a little book called Dare to Doodle. Now, I've had this book for about 5 years. Chris gave it to me. I worked in it a little bit. I love the spiral bound here, and I love the size of the book. So I took it off the shelf, and I thought, well, I'll make myself a Grownup Girls Wish Book out of it. I stuck on a piece of reclaimed art. This was part of a collage that I did. It also has the writings by the artist Sark, How to Be an Artist, Stay Loose, Learn to Watch Snails, Plant Impossible Gardens, Invite Someone to Tea, Make Little Signs that say yes, and post them all over your house. I kind of love that, and I'm going to take that and do something with it. But if you're not familiar with this, you can Google Sark, and you can find this, this writing about how to be an artist. First thing I did was I went through some magazines and just circled things that I love, okay? And I realized when I was doing this that the things that I was circling and clipping actually fit into categories. So my first category was space, where you live, what you're surrounded by day to day. And I made a tab for space. And I think that that can encompass a lot of things. It can encompass the indoors, the outdoors, the, you know, just what do you surround yourself with every day? Do you surround yourself with beauty? Do you surround yourself with darkness? So I clipped out things that physically I just loved. Places of comfort, a comfy chair, a little Afghan here, a little tea service here. I love the way that these that the beans and these dry goods are arranged in these jars. I just think it's so cool. I love the words less clutter, more joy. You know, I would love to create a haven. Now, that does not mean that I do not love where I live. I love my house. I love where I live. My house is kind of it's a multifunctional sort of property because it's storage, and it's also where Chris keeps all his music stuff, his car stuff. So there's you know, there's it's multifunctional, and aren't I lucky? I also incorporated these sheets of paper because I wanted to be able to write about some of these things. Now, this is a good example. This is a little bit about outdoor spaces that I really do love. I love rocking chairs. I love these exposed bulbs on a wire, and I wrote, these lights remind me of Italy, where every usable outdoor space in the medieval alleys is turned into a restaurant. Every nook has a table and chairs. Very intriguing, very entrancing. I also love the colors over here. I'm kind of holding this up so you guys can just see it without the glare. I love all these patterns. I want a travel trailer, and there's a travel trailer right there. I wish I had a travel trailer. I think it would be fun. Then I moved on to dress. You know, how would I dress if I had my wishes fulfilled for a dream wardrobe, right? And I realized as I was cutting these things out, I would dress like they did in Downton Abbey, I guess. You reach a point where you're just cutting things out. You're not even thinking about it. You're kind of, oh, that's pretty, I'll have that. So sort of like a, you know, a glue book kind of mentality, but we're just taking it a step further because we are taking ownership of the things that we are putting into our Grownup Girls Wish Book. I love this robe. I thought it was so pretty. It has honeybees and crowns on it. I don't even carry a proper bag, and I thought that bag was just the bomb. I love it. I'm carrying this further to foods that I enjoy, foods that I like. I am a cheese fanatic. I'm a fruit fanatic. I love Prosecco, love scones. I love anything that is, these are like rum balls, you know, that kind of cake. But the weird thing is, you know, food. I have a budget, and I tend to not purchase food for myself. Okay, now that's weird, isn't it? But if you're a girl, that's really not weird, y'all. You know exactly what I'm talking about. If it's between diapers and a hunk of blue cheese, then girl, you got to go get diapers for the baby, right? So as I'm doing this, I'm taking ownership of it, and I'm thinking about maybe ways that I can incorporate small things, you know, just small things into my daily round and kind of create joy. You know, don't pinch yourself off from that joy. You know, don't look at me like I'm weird, you guys. You all do the same thing. You as girl people always put someone else before yourself. You do it. I put some more things over here, you know, kind of food oriented. And then I have a little, a space for do. What do I want to do? I would love to go travel more. I got a real taste of it this year when my sister took me to Italy for my 60th birthday. I wish to live by the sea. That's exactly where I want to live. And I thought this would be a nice journal space for it right here. My last section was be. What do you wish to be? I wish to be centered, focused, resourceful, healthy, and I want to choose words that reflect this this wish of how I wish to be. The other pages, I'm going to do those as extras. I have not made a tab for that yet. I love the way my tabs turned out because I sewed them, because now I can sew, so sewing is everything, even though I only know one stitch, but that's okay. It's a start. I have some images that I am going to put into my book as we're just kind of finishing up this little chat. This is an image, again, you know, there's something about me that gravitates to a cushy chair, a book, an Afghan, maybe a candle, and a cup of tea or a cup of coffee or something like that. So we are putting this in our space book. Spaces, living, decorating. Another thing that I want, like I mentioned, is to live close to the ocean or close to a body of water. This is a really beautiful picture right here. So going to pick up my glue stick and stick that in as well. It's kind of funny that this page has stars on it, you know, when you wish upon a star. And I think I drew these 3 years ago. 5 years ago. I've had this book a long time. Can't remember exactly how long. Another thing that I totally love is worn out rugs. You know, those worn out oriental rugs. If I had my way, they would be all over my house. I have hardwood floors, and when it's cold, it's crazy cold, and I'm always looking for, you know, just beautiful rugs. But of course, I mean, a beautiful oriental rug is a bit expensive. But look what I own now, y'all. Would you like to see it up close? Isn't it beautiful? I just put it in my book. I have taken ownership of it. Gorgeous, gorgeous fireplace. I have a fireplace now. Look at it. I'm putting it in my book. It's mine. Isn't it beautiful? It gives me a lot of peace. Another awesome space that I own because I'm putting it in my book. I wished for it. My wishes came true because I did not pinch myself off and deny myself the joy, that just the sheer joy of having it. Look at that coffee service. Is that not spectacular? So there we go. I've got myself a little coffee service now. And look at the flowers. They are peonies. How about that? I didn't even notice that until now. You know how much I love peonies. So there we have it, you guys. I hope this was not like too crazy. My sister reminded me not long ago, as I was talking to her about, how challenging it is to be a full-time artist and try and make ends meet. And then she said, don't you remember last year when you said, I wish I just had time to create? I wish every day was just filled with creating things. Well, you know what? It now is. So wishes are fulfilled, my friends. Wishes do come true. Try a Grownup Girls Wish Book. I can guarantee it'll be fun, and you might learn something about yourself. Remember, you own it, girl. You own what's in the book. Don't pinch yourself off from joy. Manifest it. Talk to you soon, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. See you later.